Hi, everybody. Today we're going to debut Mom in her very first tutorial. This is really exciting. And so we're just going to bounce off of each other. And because this is Alana's Back to Basics, the very first tutorial, she's going to show me how to do this because I don't know how to do it. And I thought it was really fascinating. She's going to show us how to make furniture polish. Mm-hmm. And we, on Amy's Empty Nester Amy, I talked before about having a non-toxic home and how toxic a lot of cleaners are at the grocery store. She doesn't have to worry about that because she makes it herself. So what is the difference between furniture polish and furniture spray, first of all?
Okay, when you have furniture that's made from real wood, like anything that, like this table is a maple table, and in order to get the surface right for this table, they had to put boards together. So they're glued together, and then you can cut it the shape you want, mm-hmm. etc., and so on after it dries. But even though this particular table has been painted, so it is not going to absorb the oil as it should mm-hmm. if it were unfinished. But every piece of furniture that's real wood is put together that way mm-hmm. Requires oil to feed it. Or else it's like when you put down a deck or a floor, and as the wood dries, it shrinks.
So furniture polish is feeding the wood.
Yes, it feeds the wood, and it keeps it, it expands enough when it has enough oil on it so that the boards don't split.
Sense. Yeah.
Okay, so as wood dries and it hasn't been oiled, your boards will come apart. You've seen split furniture.
Yeah,
a table develops a whole crack in it and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So, okay, and then I have another formula that I use that's just dusting spray, and that's for a lot of pieces of furniture that we have that are not wood. They're
useful furniture, but they're like IKEA furniture. They're not needing to be. As a matter of fact, some of those I think you wouldn't want to get wet because they'll swell because they're actually pressed wood.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Good to know. So, okay, so today we're just doing furniture polish.
Yeah, the polish is what I'm going to share the formula for today. But in all of the formulas, there is room for, it's like a recipe.
Right.
There's room for personalization. There's room for taste. Differences,
suggestions. These are all just formula suggestions.
So it's if you have this and this and this, voila. But if you want to change it a little bit, that's up to you.
I really like that. I like that.
Okay. So my personal choice. First of all, I should say I brought these out for the sake of showing something. I mix all of my formulas in canning jars. And this one, which is not the subject today, but this particular jar has my formula on it for my bug spray because that's all I put in here. It's the peppermint bug spray. And the reason I use a quart-sized jar, well, in this particular case, because it's my bug spray, your jar has the ounces on the side of it.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah.
So the ratio here is 24 ounces of water, and I use just tap water for this.
Because it's bug spray.
Because it's bug spray. And not meant for consumption, but it won't hurt you if you do. But you have the 24 ounces of water, and I just have it memorized for every 8 ounces, it's 10 drops of peppermint oil. Mm-hmm. But when I get the 30 drops of peppermint oil in here, and the 24 ounces of water, then there's plenty of room
to shake
it up to make sure that it's all mixed together.
Let me see that. That's really awesome. So all of the formulas, she'll just put them on here so she doesn't have to dig around for it. And that's a really great hint.
And then each different formula has its own jar because I don't want to, I don't wash the jars out after each.
You just keep putting it in there.
I keep putting the same thing in there. Now this is the dusting spray. And so before you put it in the jar,
you just always shake it.
You shake it up right there. And that's the reason the jar is oversized to what the contents are. And that's what I do with all of mine. It's one jar for each formula that I use frequently. And I feel that that's
it's a lot more attractive too to look at cleaning supplies that have this really awesome. I mean, you could be really fancy with how it looked if you wanted to, and it's so much more attractive than opening up a cabinet and you're seeing a lot of those non-toxic. I'm sorry, those highly toxic cleaners that have the really strong fragrance it's really not good for us and stuff like that. This is so cute to me. I really love that.
But it's very handy for me, and especially if the formula's right there on the side of the jar.
I love
However,
that.
I have people ask me for the formulas, and so I have them made up on a piece of paper like this, and there's probably, unless I've given them away, there's 10 copies.
But we'll post this below the video. We'll post the recipe for the furniture polish.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we'll post that below so that you can make yours in a cute little mason jar too.
Yes, it can be mixed up in that, but it's always recommended that you put your formula, anything using the essential oils. doTERRA's essential oils are very pure. So they're very, I hate to use the word caustic, but they're very
Concentrated.
Okay. And so they don't play well in plastic. So
That's right.
it's highly recommended that you always put your formulas in, or your essential oils, in amber glass,
Or metals.
metal, blue glass, and all of the oils. I think it's any oil. They come in the dark bottles, and they are meant to be kept in the dark. It ensures a longer shelf life.
That's right.
Okay.
They'll last a long time if you do that. You don't need a whole bottle or half a bottle at a time. So
Right.
it lasts a while.
Yes, it's very cost effective. And another thing, especially in this day and age when everybody likes the tiny house and being minimalist and everything, if you want to be a minimalist, you don't want so many bottles that you can't squeeze them all in the cupboard.
I know.
So anyway, with the furniture polish, all you need, but that's the difference between the furniture polish and the furniture cleaner.
Yeah.
Okay, and because you want the oil to get into the wood, but you don't have to use the furniture polish on MDI or pressboard. Okay,
Cheap furniture like I have.
it's serviceable, so I mean,
Yeah, it works.
yes, it works. But anyway, when you're making the furniture polish, all the ingredients that you need would be some olive oil, and it's only going to take 1/4 cup of the olive oil. And it takes 1/4 cup of vinegar. But I specify champagne vinegar, which is not here. I'm out of it right now. Because the champagne vinegar has a milder odor than, I mean, you could just use
Distilled
white vinegar, but that's very pungent. And a lot of people like the smell of their furniture polish, like a brand name that has a certain smell to it. And if you just sprayed it in the air, people don't necessarily focus on your furniture, but they get the impression that you have polished your furniture.
Yeah. I don't mind. I actually don't mind the smell of distilled white vinegar because it makes me think it's cleaning, because you had us cleaning with distilled white vinegar all the time. So for me, it just smells like, oh, we're cleaning. It doesn't bother me, but a lot of people would be put off by that. So champagne vinegar is
Milder. It
a
smells.
milder. So maybe like a big, but it costs more.
Yes, it costs more, but we're only talking about 1/4 cup.
So you
So
can
it's
make
gonna, and it won't
long
go
time.
bad.
Yeah.
It won't go bad. So it can sit in the pantry and wait for you.
And you can use it for salad dressings too.
Oh yeah. It's for other uses.
Multiple uses.
Yes, everything has multiple uses, but this one here is just white wine vinegar. This is red wine
So
vinegar.
you can
Yes,
you
it's
can
what
use whatever.
you mix it the way. What if that's what you have on hand, and this is when you want? This is if I don't do my furniture polish now, I'm not doing it.
With the right essential oils, it can be your furniture polish or your salad dressing. Just messing. Don't do that.
Well, actually, as you know, when it doesn't have the food,
Yeah, this one doesn't have the supplement information on the
see, there's
cedar
no
wood.
supplemental information in there, so it's not made for human consumption. But it does have the
But if
CP.
you use lemon, you could.
Well, yes, lemon cleans. Okay, but it does have that seal, the CPTG, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, because I believe cedar wood is, it has multiple uses, not just this. I was thinking it was also,
It's a bug repellent. It's good for the the furniture. And then if anybody's interested in knowing all the different uses for cedar wood, just comment below and we'll get you that information. But it's very much for multiple uses.
Yeah. And massage is what I was thinking of. Wouldn't come out. Okay, so you're going to use 1/4 of a cup of the olive oil and 1/4 of a cup of champagne vinegar, which is not here. And the only other ingredient that you really have to make the furniture polish is 10 drops of your favorite essential oil. Now, when I made it the first time, I used Arbor Vitae. That's an evergreen tree. And it works. It works really well. But we are updating the house. So my husband put the baseboards, closet shelves, door trim on the inside of the closet. All of it's the cedar board. And so when I'm putting oil on that, I thought it'd be
That makes sense.
double duty.
Yeah.
I'll do it use the cedar wood oil. So I put 10 drops of the cedar wood oil. And you just mix it together in the jar, which I've lost. Okay.
I like that because it smells good. You're preserving stuff and it's preventing bugs as well. So you not only do you have like the peppermint bug spray, but you have the cedar wood furniture polish.
And the oil is going into the door trim, so
Yeah,
the wood won't
that's
split.
a lot at once.
Yes, you're doing several multitasking. while
Which
you're
is
at
what they used to do all the time.
it.
Which is the basis of her entire small business is going back to
back to basics.
back to basics and home remedies where we've completely gone away from.
Right,
And that's really where it was really the most successful.
because you don't always have on the furniture polish label. It's not a requirement, I believe I'm right in saying that they have all the ingredients
No, they
on that
Yeah.
label. But your skin is your largest organ. So we unconsciously, we don't even think about it, and we expose it to toxicities all the time. So if you're using a furniture polish that has something in it that is a preservative, like formaldehyde, you're sucking that up too.
And we're breathing in. It's going straight into our limbic system, just like the essential oils are really powerful through the diffuser. Spraying this stuff is really powerful, but in a bad way for us. So
Right, because
making it
by
like
the
this-
time you smell it,
Yeah.
by the time you smell something that's in the air, it's in your bloodstream and it's circulated through your body twice.
You see what I'm saying? So let's see how to make this awesome furniture polish.
I didn't bring my 4th cup thing in here.
Oh, I'll go grab that, Mom's. Hold on.
So anyway, just mix the stuff together, and there's different. While she's getting that, I would like to tell you that this is like when you buy this bottle. This is a 15 milliliter bottle. So when you buy this bottle, it is a wholesale. I'm talking about wholesale. It's $13, which makes it 87 cents per drop, and then you need 10 drops, but you still have a lot left. And I think there are several of them. Any of the oils that come from the evergreen trees, I've just noticed this. No, they're very thick. It's very viscous. So if you're going to do this, and today's the day that you want to get through with it also,
Yeah, exactly.
you have to use a dropper, kind of help it get out of there, because if you're waiting for it to come through that little orifice, you're throwing
Yeah.
over.
You can get the eyedroppers on aromatools.com, which is a third-party website. We're not affiliated with them. We don't make money off of that at all. But Mom's right, they're very viscous, and so if you would just use the regular topper in that, it takes a long time for them to get out. So just invest in the eyedroppers, and then when you buy the new bottle, you just change it out and keep using it.
Yes, if it's still viable. And you can see this is what I was talking about before. It's kind of caustic. I don't leave any of the oil inside the dropper when the bottle's closed, but it still has.
It'll eventually eat through the rubber.
Yeah, it's.
It'll eventually eat through
weaken
it.
the.
It's so strong.
Yes. All right. So this is the olive oil, and I'm putting 1/4 of a cup in here.
And I noticed that you use not the extra virgin, but the light, and that has to be for the aroma as well. The lights are also a lot more affordable than.
I use this because it's multi-purpose. This is also what I cook with.
I like that.
It's either this or coconut oil. So, and
I guess coconut oil would work as
Yes,
well.
I'm sure you
as long
could
as
use
it's
the coconut.
fractionated coconut oil, fractionated stays liquid.
So that was the fourth a cup of oil. And then it says fourth a cup of champagne vinegar. But I don't have the champagne vinegar, so I'm going to use just white wine vinegar.
Fourth of a cup of this as well.
Yes.
So equal amounts. Because you can make it bigger, double it if you wanted to.
You can do that, but as we were talking about,
that and see how different it is. Let me see. It is. It's
softer.
It's subtle.
Yeah.
Compared to like in your face.
Yeah.
Like white distilled vinegar. Right? It's like
white distilled vinegar just.
But even when you do it dissipates so quick.
It does. It dissipates. I don't mind using it when I've been sunburned, but because it evaporates so quick from the heat.
Yeah. And I like to buy them a gallon at a time because I use a lot.
Yes, I use a lot, but I have these others also because of instances like this. I don't want.
So how many drops again? 10?
10 drops of this, and I'll try to do it sideways. I like also the dropper has, I don't guess they can see it, but the dropper is crooked. It's not a straight one. I like that
you like
also.
That?
Yes, I do. It works better. It's easier for me to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, those are big drops.
Like 6, 7.
6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. See?
12, 13, 14.
That's right. And then I just hold it over it and squeeze it
That
out of the oil.
That keeps the bulb part longer for you.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
You don't want the oil sitting in the bulb.
I'm allergic to myrrh, and that's also viscous. And when I did have myrrh before I figured out that I was allergic to it, it had eaten straight through the bulb. But that's because I didn't know that you're supposed to poke it out. You can always learn stuff.
Well, I'm cheeky.
Mom is
to last long.
Mom is frugal. Let's not use cheap. Frugal.
I want it to last longer. So then you put the top. That's only 3 ingredients that's in here. Okay.
No, shake it.
And then you shake it. And you any that's not
Smell
any of it that does not go into your sprayer now, you want to shake it before you put it in the next time.
right in my face. Okay. It actually smells pretty good. I can tell that when the vinegar goes by. I had this idea. I threw it at her, and I was like, "You could actually take rags.
I got one.
After you shake it, can I
T-shirts.
put it in here?
Yes, T-shirts make great dusting
So,
rags.
like old T-shirt and
See, I
you
can
wanna
see
do it?
everybody's husband is yes. Everybody's
That's
husband is running for their favorite bacon neck right now.
Bacon neck is when this part right here gives out and it starts having that wavy look.
The ruffled neck.
Mom calls it a bacon neck. So wow, yeah. So you can just like let that soak in. This was our idea today.
Yeah.
And then people will pay a lot of money for this at the store too, and you're just making it yourself. And you can reuse it.
Well, yeah.
It's all about reusing it too.
Yes.
Repurposing,
Repurpose.
recycling, reusing. What was that? What was that phrase? It's like use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without.
Yes.
The old phrase. I love that one.
Anyway, now this is ready to go.
And so we'll just squeeze that out. That's such a great way to get kids involved with cleaning. You can They can help you make it. Cut up shirts, shove it in there. It's destructive and cleaning at the same time. They like to destroy. So let's do that again. It's furniture polish. You talked about the different vinegars, the canning jars.
And I use it.
Toxicity.
See, I'd already made this before. I made this one up. Now this one, if you'll show them, it is separated.
See how it's separated right here?
But all you have to do now, all I'm going to have to do is shake it up. Shake it up, baby.
Because it doesn't have those emulsifiers that the store brands will have.
Yeah. So it's going
That's not
back.
a big deal.
No, it's going back together. Then I use the funnel, put that in here. I'm good to go. And it was like we were talking about earlier. You want to make up. I want to make up more than one. It's only a half a cup of liquid here. And let's face it, once I get going, let's don't stop till I'm through. Because
Yeah.
and it's been so long between times that definitely when I'm through, that rag's done for. So
That's why it's good to use old rags.
That's right. Then you just put the furniture polish on everything you want it on. Then the rags can go. But you also don't want to be using, I use this spray bottle.
What if you took the rag, because it has cedarwood smell on it,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe you could like let it dry out a little bit and tuck it into places where you don't want bugs too.
That might work.
But it's flammable, so be careful.
Yeah.
Maybe don't do that. That's a terrible idea.
I don't know. It might work. But that would definitely be a good idea for side note here. But that would be a very good use of the peppermint water. Put it on a rag, because now, see, what we do is take the flat cotton makeup things
Mm-hmm.
and soak them and put them in all the little openings in the RV, so wasp nests are not built there and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that might work it might be the same thing. Anyway, that's all there
Cost
is.
of making it.
Oh,
Last thing is cost of making
I'm
it.
sorry, I forgot. I use the cedarwood oil.
Oh, and other options.
there were
Oils.
other options. I use the cedar wood because of the cedar trim and because it's a bug repellent. And the cedar wood, it's a 15 milliliter bottle. But
250 drops.
Yes.
250 drops.
and that's $13 for the whole thing. So it breaks down to 87 cents.
Are you sure about that, Mom? Hold on a minute. Sorry. I'm sorry to doubt you. I'm not trying to doubt you. But are you sure? Okay.
I'm never sure of anything. So you can
Public math. I got the calculator, everybody. So how much is it for the whole bottle wholesale?
15 milliliters, $13 wholesale.
$13 divided by 250 drops. That's 5 cents, Mom. That's 5 cents per drop.
Well, I went to public school, but that doesn't mean it stuck. Anyway,
Super affordable. 5 cents per drop.
yeah, it's very affordable. That was just a point of interest,
So
which was wrong.
50 cents worth of oils in that whole thing.
Yes, and this is like 2 formulas worth. So,
Super affordable.
oh yes, it goes a long way. But the difference here is when I'm doing it, when I start, I'm going to keep going till I've done
Yeah.
everything. Okay, I hate to be in the middle of spray, and I catch that blast of air, and you're going, I got to make another formula, so I'm ready.
Yeah. Or you could quit for the day.
Well, it's going to be more than a day, but this is a very good idea. I think that's worth a shot. I think that's a good
Eiffel
thing to
Tower.
try.
We're awesome.
All right, and then there's other options. Instead of using the cedar wood, you might rather have. Am I going too long?
No, it's just funny we get into talking.
I'm sorry. Another option would be the Douglas fir,
Okay.
which is another oil, or the Siberian fir would probably also work because it's all of the evergreens
That
probably have.
arborvitae you talked about.
Arborvitae is another one, and sandalwood. And
That is expensive per drop comparatively.
well, I say that I only had a 5 milliliter bottle of that. So my bottle was $61.75, which made it 62 cents per drop.
That's right.
And $6.20 went into there. The sandalwood, another good point on sandalwood, with all of our oils, when you're looking at it on the, when you go to shop and you're looking at it online, it tells you afterwards whether you can use it neat, the N,
Mm-hmm.
or if you've got to consider the sensitivity. And so right away, before you put it on, or before you touch it, you want to add it to a carrier oil. But sandalwood says that it's neat. I mean, you may want to test that first, but it's not supposed to cause any irritation.
That's good.
And
It
sandalwood,
smells wonderful.
yes, it's a base oil in a lot of men's. Colognes.
Yeah. Because it smells so fantastic.
Yes, and cypress is the same way. It's a neat, a mild oil, and then cassia, which is very caustic. It says always dilute it. I mean, for whatever you're doing, always dilute it. But just point of interest with cassia oils, the cassia tree was the tree that was specified to be used. The trunk of it was specified to be used as the poles for the tent that held the first tabernacle.
She was telling me this morning. I was like, woman, you got to tell that to everybody.
So it's a bug repellent also.
Right. And this is related to the cinnamon. So you can kind of guess what it smells like. And that would smell really good as
Yes,
well. in the
Kasha
house.
smells great. Cedar smells great.
All of
It's
them
a matter
smell.
of opinion, but
Because what did I smell a little while ago? I was like, I don't like the way that smells. What was that?
Douglas fir.
I'm not a real big fan of that, but
Maybe you would be even like
Siberian fir.
Siberian fir may be better, but it also could be a case of where something doesn't smell good to you because your body's going,
I know, yeah. I love cedarwood and I love kasha and all that other stuff though. But like I don't like melaleuca, but I love what it does for me. So I don't
Yeah,
care.
Melaleuca has a different scent.
It's antiseptic. It kind of punches me in the face when I smell it. But don't forget about Thursday night's class.
Thursday night.
We're doing Oils of the Bible. That's going to be on Facebook at Empty Nester Amy. Mom and I are co-hosting that. Oils of the Bible. We hope to see you there. And look forward to many more tutorials, I hope.
Oh, yeah, maybe I'll get better.
She's awesome. Thanks for hanging with us, and we will see you on the next tutorial.
Bye.